This week's video, what I'm going to do is have a chat to Bella about a beautiful W126 280SE that she's had for about a year now, I guess. And just chat about what she's done with it and why she bought it and just a little bit about the car. Enjoy the video. So Bills.
Hello.
Your 280SE, what year is it?
1987.
1987.
So it's like almost the facelift, I guess, but still early trimmings. And when was the facelift?
Well, the facelift, this is in South Africa is different because all our sort of time frames are different to what was done in Germany. It's sort of as you know, anybody who's watched the channel before know that the 126 only stopped production here in 1993, and elsewhere in the world it was 91. These were the very last 280SEs. So before the 300SE came out, and the 300SE came out, I believe, in 1987 as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So here in South Africa, anyway.
So
you bought this car about a year ago now.
Almost a year. Yeah.
I remember when it arrived here, and the gentleman. Tell us a bit about that story.
He just told me he had a black 126 and he'll bring it for me to see that he wants to sell.
Yeah.
And I really liked it when we drove it and stuff.
I remember. I mean, we took it for a drive, and I got in the car, and as a test drive, I caned it. And I remember before you did any work at all, we were cruising along at 140, 150 on this thing, and it drove beautifully.
I think it had been not really used for many years before he got it, and then when he got it, I don't think he used it much. So by the time I got it, the brakes were quite bad.
Yeah, now, in retrospect, maybe we should have gone a lot slower on the test drive.
The brakes were smoking when we did that test drive.
Small things. What are fire extinguishers for, if not that, eh?
Yeah. So we had to rebuild calipers here, and then it was still binding, so we changed the brake booster, and then there were still problems, so we did the master cylinder. So after we did everything, now it's fine.
Well, it's good. I mean, it's something that's, particularly on a car that's been standing, it's something that, I think should be done.
Yeah.
For sure.
And also when I got it, when you'd start it up, it wouldn't want to drive after starting it when it was cold.
Okay.
It would the revs would dip down and it wouldn't go.
Okay.
So we did some adjustments on the engine, the fuel and air mixture and all that stuff. And we also changed the distributor cap, and that seemed to help a lot. And the petrol pump at the back. Yeah,
I think, with these things, particularly with the K-Jet, when they stand for a while, these cars need to be driven.
Yeah.
And as soon as it stands for much longer than 6-7 months, the dirty fuel starts solidifying. And, if then somebody gets in and tries to start it without draining that first, it's a multitude of problems it causes. And it's just a process you need to do.
Yeah. I find the distributor caps on these can give problems.
Yeah.
I had another one that also, it wouldn't start, even though it always started, and then it was the cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a hairline crack in it was.
I think one of the things broke off on it actually, somehow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The interior is beautiful there, Bells.
It is.
And you haven't done anything on the seats?
No.
Just a bit of
leather polish and stuff, conditioner.
I mean, it's really nice. Look at them. They're so supple. They look like new.
They are very nice. And the wood trim's not too bad.
Yeah, the wood trim's good. I see it's got the Becker still as well.
Yeah, it does work as well.
I can't believe these seats, and that you've done nothing to the seats.
Yeah, I did the door cards because they were all cracked on top.
I remember that. So you replaced them and then just, they came out really nicely.
And it's got all 4 rubber mats, still nice.
Also in grey. I don't see a lot of grey, pre-facelift W126s.
I think it's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, grey interiors, you just don't see them here. Most of them were like various shades of beige.
And also this body colour is quite rare.
What is it called?
Black Pearl.
Black Pearl?
Yeah. Colour code 199.
And I like bunts. But I actually really like these, and these were the standard on the pre-facelifts.
Yeah.
The bunts were the option.
Oh yeah.
And those were the original hubcaps, and you don't see a lot of them anymore. These 14-inch hubcaps.
They go nicely with the trimming along the bottom.
I agree. It just sort of really finishes it off nicely. Well, pop up in the bonnet.
Okay.
And let's have a look. In terms of bodywork, have you done much on it?
Not really much.
Just a bit of paint correction here and there, I remember.
Yeah, all the trimmings and bumpers had paint missing on the top.
Okay.
So we had to do that.
Okay.
And there wasn't any rust.
And I remember there was your fender here, there was a little dent here that happened, something fell in the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a windy day.
And I had to do the windscreen because when someone opened the bonnet, this thing moved and smashed the windscreen.
Oh man. But that's all been repaired now.
Yeah, new window.
New windscreen as well.
Yeah.
This is very neat inside here. And just the simplicity of it. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you got space.
You do.
Even space to change that back plug. In the
Yeah.
123, it gets very difficult. That's very close to the firewall there.
Even here, it's a bit close.
Yeah. But at least you have a bit more.
Yeah.
And aircon and stuff like that's all working here.
Yeah, it does work.
All the windows.
Everything. I also bought new headlights for it. Well, not new, but good second-hand ones. Because my ones both had chips in them, so
Oh, those do look nice, eh?
yeah. And
know,
also,
there's
yeah,
Sorry, carry on.
when I fetched it from the body shop the one day, as I was driving back, the indicator fell out.
Oh, man. On what? The right-hand side here?
Yeah.
And smashed to smithereens, no doubt.
I don't know. I thought it was complete, and I went to look for it, and I couldn't even find any trace of it.
The next guy behind you picked it up.
Yeah,
So you were able to replace that.
yeah,
Well, that's the one nice thing, at least. You know, all these parts are still available
Yeah.
on 126s, 123s here in South Africa. With a bit of
Yeah.
looking, of course.
yeah,
We do have a lot, but if we don't have, always just phone us. I'm always happy to refer you to somebody else if it's something we don't have. That dash is also really, really nice, eh?
yeah. We did do the dash.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Yeah. It turned out really nicely.
I painted those needles on the cluster. They were a little bit faded. Painted them back to orange.
And the odometer works and all of that.
Yeah, it does.
Very nice, fella. You're going to take us for a drive?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go. 150, eh? Here we come. Maybe not. So here I'm sitting in the back of this beautiful W126 of Bowls. I mean, yeah, it's exactly where I should be sitting.
You need a driver in this car.
with a driver in the front. Absolutely comfortable place to be, eh? So Bowls, it really seems to run nicely. I mean, it's so
does.
comfy here at the back, and it's just
Yeah, gearbox is smooth, the engine is smooth.
oil pressure's good, temperature's good.
Yeah,
You've been driving it quite a bit, recently.
yeah. It's a little heavy on fuel, but
It is what it is. It's
yeah,
it's a
It's got a-
1980s
yeah.
six-cylinder car,
and the smallest engine for this body, I suppose.
and arguably one of the best. This alongside the 300SE are my favourites.
I like the 420 as well.
Yeah, but the thing with V8s, I don't know. It just I've never actually had a problem with one, but they
Yeah.
just scare me.
If they do have a problem, it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. Parts are just harder to find, I think.
Yeah,
And you've named this car, I believe.
the Black Baron.
The Black Baron.
Yeah,
Yeah, a fitting name indeed, eh?
can also go when you
Oh yeah, it
wanted
lifts up
to.
its kilts, eh?
Yeah, but it's
Sure.
quite nice to just cruise along. You don't even have to really press the accelerator.
Well, that's the thing, and I mean, that's what it's about, these cars. Effortless, really.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful bells. And it's so nice the back is still there as well.
Yeah, and it still works, and the aerial goes up at the
Oh,
back.
really?
Yeah. Just got the usual 126 thing with the door card creaking.
Squeaking door
Yeah.
cards, yeah. You need to, I think we have discussed it before, but there are workarounds there.
Yeah.
The first workaround I tried was putting Vaseline all the way around the door sill. The
Did it
door
help?
seal. Well, it helps, but every time you got out, you'd get your whole trousers full of Vaseline and stuff, so it's not really the ideal solution. There are better ones.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Do you offer chauffeuring services, Bill?
I should, eh?
Yeah, you should. I'll be your first client.
Okay.
Well, this feels completely different to the last time I drove it a year ago.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, it's just responsive and it just feels like it's supposed to. They're actually lovely cars, the 280SE. I mean, there's more than enough power in them. And they're just, you have all the refinement of a W126.
But it's simple.
Yeah, and I mean, the M110 engine is just something that's been around, for 10 years before this.
Yeah.
It came out in 72, 73. And yeah, I mean, it's just, these were the last cars, I stand to be corrected, the last Mercedes to use the M110 87. Might have been a Gelandewagen a little bit later.
When did the 107 stop? With
the 280SE in the 107 stopped in the early 80s and was replaced by the 300, I think by 85, 84, 85, somewhere around there. No, it's lovely. And a lot of people think because of it's a double overhead cam, and obviously it's quite a revvy motor, and a lot of people think it's not suited to the character of this car. But trundling along here at 60, it's as refined as anything, and if I do want to push on, I just push the accelerator, kicks down, and it goes. So there's more than enough power. Absolutely lovely car, Bella.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us. I'm not going to go and take it on long drives and stuff like that. I think this is just it's really, really beautiful. So glad to see that you saved it, got it back on the road, and just restored it to its former glory. And you must enjoy it and have many years of happy motoring in it.
Thanks. There's something else I forgot to show here in the booklets. When it was auctioned in 2002.
Yeah.
It was on 67,000 Ks in Kirkwood on a farm somewhere there.
Okay.
And also in the owner's manual it says the first owner's name and whatever, and it was also in Kirkwood.
Oh, okay.
And it allegedly belonged to the Kirkwood mayor, but
oh, okay. As his official car or as his private car, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to find proof, but I was told that.
Well, one would think that, if you got an official car, a black car, then as your private car, when it came to buying one, you'd also want a black one. So, yeah. Noticed this old Merc guy cap that I've been wearing. It's something that I had made, when did we have these done? 7, 8 years ago?
Maybe 10 years.
Yeah, way before COVID even.
Yeah.
And we had shirts with the old Merc guy embroidered label on it, as well as this cap. And I'm thinking of doing it for as merch on the YouTube channel. If anybody would be interested, just let us know in the comments and we could look at getting them made again. Really, really nice quality. They're not the cheap caps, it's a proper, I think it's a 9-panel cap with nice embroidered old Merc guy stuff. If you're interested, let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the channel, please subscribe.